How's it going, guys? That big snowstorm we were supposed to get never came, so I pulled the Ranger back out yesterday. It's supposed to get up to like 45 today, so I'll just be out in the garage. Got a few little things I want to do on the Ranger. Another update though, for the 5-liter swap, I went and picked up this trans. If you follow me on Instagram, you saw this probably about 2 weeks ago. I just haven't gotten around to make a video on it yet, but I picked up the trans for the 5-liter swap. 5-speed. Goes through all the gears fine, sitting here. Came out of a mud truck, so I'm a little bit worried about that. It's obviously really greasy, needs a new seal. Needs a speed sensor in the back, needs to be cleaned, gone over. I'm probably honestly just going to clean it up, get all the sensors, everything I need, put new seals in it, throw it in the truck with the 5-liter when I do that, and we'll see how it goes. If it needs more work, I'll pull it out and rebuild it. When I was pulling it home, I noticed it kind of tipped over the bed of my truck, and some of the transfer case fluid came out, and it was real milky, so there's definitely water in there. Today I'm going to drain all that out of there, because I'd rather have it sit empty than full of watery trans fluid and transfer case oil. I got the flywheel for it. This was the one that was on there on the 5-liter that this trans was attached to, with the clutch, which is pretty new. The guy said it was new. He just put it in not too long before he decided to part out the truck. It doesn't look bad, so I'm gonna run it, see what happens there. If you're curious, this is an M50D R2 trans. The Rangers, if you got a 5-speed, come stock with an M50D R1. So just this would be the F-150 version of it, almost the same trans. It's made by Mazda, if I'm correct. So I'm gonna do a few things on the truck today, just little maintenance things. I want to grease things. My heater switch, I'll talk about that. The fan doesn't work. Before I start draining the trans fluid, one thing I want to look at on my truck is the blower only works on high, so when I have it here, it'll kick on. Any other setting, it doesn't turn on. So out of Tyler's parts truck, I pulled this out. Should be the same thing. I'm just going to replace it out of his truck, see if that makes a difference. I'm really not sure what's wrong with it. I'm sure it's something super easy. I haven't looked into it at all. I haven't gone online to see what other people, because I know this is the common issue, especially with Fords. I'm just going to swap this, see if that helps at all. So we're just going to pop this off. We got 4 7mm screws on either end, 2 on either end, 4 total. Okay, so the controls I pulled out of the parts truck are cable actuated for your hot and cold settings. Out of my truck, they're electronic, so I can't swap this entire thing into my truck because I don't have the cable. So since this is the only part that's broke on mine, I'm just going to switch these 2 parts around and see if that works. Just held in by 1 bolt here. It's a 1/4 inch. Just going to swap these around. So really simple to switch this around. All I'm going to do is plug everything back in, fire the truck up, test it out. Hopefully it works. If it doesn't, I'm going to do some actual diagnosing on it. Normally that's what I do instead of just throwing parts at it, but since Tyler has a whole truck full of parts that he's letting me use, if I need anything, it's easy enough to just throw parts at it. It's free. I'm not wasting money on parts if that isn't the problem. Okay, so I'm not sure if you could hear over the sound of the truck running, but that didn't fix it. So I'll have to do some more. digging into that. I'm not sure if I'm going to mess with that today. Like I said, proper diagnosis is better than just throwing parts at it. Alright, can't say lesson learned because I already knew this. Throwing parts at it didn't work, obviously. So less than 5 minutes on Google, and tons of other people have had this problem. Amazing. So a quick run to O'Reilly's. Got a degreaser for the trans. Gonna try and degrease that today. And to fix the blower motor, be this part number. Master Pro. This is a heater blower motor resistor. And like I said, apparently this is a real common issue on Fords. At least Rangers, Explorers, that type of stuff. So I'm gonna figure out how to put this in, where it goes, and I'll update you guys. Okay, so obviously I don't pretend to be like Chris Fix or any other automotive mechanic YouTuber. I'm just recording what I'm doing. So, just like anyone else, what I looked up on Google, where this goes, this heater blower motor resistor. And it goes down here. Kind of hard to see, but all you're gonna do is there's this vacuum boot thing here. Pull that off, and you can see this plug right here. It screws into the blower box here. It's really hard to get the GoPro down there, so I'm gonna unscrew that, show you what the old one looks like. Maybe you'll kind of, if you can't see that, maybe understand a little bit better, be able to visualize it. I'm sure there's 10,000 videos of this on YouTube already of people doing it, and they could probably explain it a lot better than I can. But I'm not really making a whole tutorial on it. I'm just, like I said, showing you what I'm going through. I'm sure everyone will have way better luck than I do. Found my problem. This is rotted and just kind of hanging out in here, not doing what it's supposed to be doing. This would be really simple. All you gotta do is unscrew it, plug the new one in, and be done. But of course, mine is stuck, and I've been trying for about half an hour now, and already I pulled out one of the wires from the plug, and I can't get the plug apart. The plug's breaking. So what I'm gonna end up doing is I'm gonna cut all these wires off of this plug. I'm no longer gonna use the plug, and what I'm gonna do is put these little connectors on the wires, which will then plug in on these terminals here. Probably not the best thing to do. Yes, that's going to get wet and see the elements. Not that worried about it, honestly. When I do the 5-liter swap, I'll have to remember this, but the Explorer has the exact same plug as the Ranger does. So I'll cut the plug off that harness, since I don't need that harness, and solder it onto my harness. That way I have the actual plug again when I do that. So this is kind of just a temporary fix. Your luck is, I'm sure, is better than mine. And you can just unplug that, plug the new one in, and go about the day. Awesome. Fix the problem. Heat works on every setting. While I've got it here, I'm going to change the oil real quick. Having the truck this high makes it really easy to change the oil. You can crawl right under here, fit a 5-gallon bucket underneath the oil pan. Got the trans on my creeper, so I can try and roll it down the driveway. I'm going to degrease it and power wash it in the driveway. First I'm going to pull off the shifters, just because they don't need to be on there. They're not greasy and dirty. Pull those off. I got to tape up this hole for the transfer case so it doesn't fill up with water. And I'm going to go real light with the power washer, because obviously the seals are already leaking, so fluid's coming out. Fluid will go in. Okay, got the trans out of the garage, wheeled it out on a creeper, The speed sensor, I literally took a plug, shaved it down, and pounded it in there. I think it's pretty watertight. It'll work for now. So we're just take some degreaser, got the power washer ready, and we'll just clean it up. A little scrub brush. Okay, got the trans inside in the garage. Got it on jack stands level so I can drain the trans and the transfer case. Took a little detour, got shelves for the garage so I can clean up this mess and make it look more organized. So we'll drain this. I already loosened the plug. It's not that loose. See how much water comes out. Oh yeah. It looks like Pepto-Bismol. Okay, pulled the top off. We've been spinning it, looking at all the gears, trying to look deep down inside. We really can't find anything wrong. No chips off teeth, nothing like that. You can tell there was some dirt in here. I found on somewhere there was some dirt on something. Still looks like Pepto-Bismol in here. I'm probably gonna dump some oil, try and clean it out, let it drain back out before I put trans fluid in. It's gonna be a while before I do that anyways. But yeah, I think I might be alright. It doesn't look too bad. I'm gonna drain the transfer case. The transfer case fluid looked about like that when it spilled in my truck, so I won't expect any other color there. I guess I really won't know until it's in the truck, and if it is blown up or the transfer case needs to be rebuilt after I have the motor in and all that, I'll pull it out and rebuild it then. Not a big deal. Yeah, pretty much same story here. Pepto-Bismol. Alright, I'm gonna end the vlog here. It's getting late. Started organizing stuff on the shelves we got put up. I'm not doing anything else on the trans tonight. Garage is a disaster. So, till the next video. Thanks for watching.